Hello and welcome back to my channel. Quite often I get questions, whether by email, private message or conversation, and I keep a note of the questions that I'm asked, and I thought today I'd sit down and just answer a few of those questions. Now, I'm not a Slimming World consultant. I don't have the answers to everything on this plan. I can only answer from my experience and what I choose to do. So what I would like to say is, if you have any answers to any of these questions that you think might help somebody, would you please leave them below? Because I think the point of the video is to get as much information out there about the plan and to help one another. Cheers. First question, Jo.
Did you ever get to Target when you went to Slimming World before?
Simple answer to that question would be no. And if I'm truthful, I never got anywhere near Target. I've joined Slimming World so many times over the last 40 years, with as little as half a stone to lose when I initially went, age 19, to as much as 10 stone plus to lose. I've never ever got within several stones of Target, never got near, because before I got to that stage I either got bored and backed off, changed my plan, went to something else. I got complacent and thought I can do this on my own at home, so I quit a group and then failed. Or I just couldn't find the willpower or the motivation to carry on. So this is the first time I've ever got to Target. Yeah, never anywhere near it before. Jo?
Do you have all of the Body Magic stickers?
I don't actually have any of them. It's not something I've ever really thought about doing. I love my walking, and according to my Fitbit, I've walked, I think, in the thousands of miles now since Christmas when I got my Fitbit. But I'm not really somebody who's motivated by stickers. I've got the stickers on my book that show my weight loss, and I can feel them. Can't see them, but I can feel them. But it's actually never crossed my mind to do the Body Magic, really, because I think I probably would need to do more than just walking, like some weights or some swimming or something else. And yeah, I mean, it might be worth a thought. I might look into it, but as I say, I'm not a person who's motivated by stickers. But for those people who are, I think Body Magic is a great idea.
I saw you bought avocados in your shopping haul. Do you eat them?
Do I eat avocados? Very rarely. I like avocado, but it's one of those things when I used to choose to eat it that I would have put on wholemeal toast or something like that. Today I don't eat bread. I like the thought of an avocado and prawn salad, but that would necessitate about a quarter of a bottle of Heinz salad cream, and I choose not to have that today. So I like them, I like the taste, I like the thought of them, but to be perfectly frank, when they come up on our shopping haul, they're Joe's. Joe eats one every day. But he does keep reminding me that on plan I can eat avocado, and I think he says count 1 sin per 10 grams.
That's what I do.
That's what you would count.
Yeah, but I think they're actually 9.5 for 100 grams. So
okay, so 9.5
just
for
rule
100.
of thumb.
Yeah, I mean, I'd quite happily spend 8 sins on a naked bar, as I have today, so why wouldn't I spend 9.5 sins on an avocado? Yeah, I ought to give it more thought and devise something of a way of eating them without including Heinz salad cream or wholemeal bread. But no, generally when you see them on the shopping haul, they're Joe's.
Why do you have 11 sins?
Right. On the weight loss part of my journey, all the way down from my 13 stone 8 to I think it was 10 stone, maybe 11 stone-ish. Yeah, around 11. I had 15 sins. When I got closer to Target, and I mean quite close to Target, I dropped it to 8. We thought it might be the way of just getting me through those last few pounds lost. So I came down to 8, and I think at the beginning of maybe my maintenance videos, I was having 8 sins. Then I increased it a little to see whether it would have an impact on my weight, whether increasing my sins would make me gain weight. And I increased it to 11 and then began to hold my own weight. So for today, with my target at 10 stone 7 and holding it within 3 pounds under 10 stone 7, 11 sins seems to just do the job for me. If I found I continued to lose weight, I'm more inclined to tweak the A's and B's. I'm currently on 2 of each most days. I'm a bit off an A choice at the moment because I'm trying to hold my weight down for my birthday, as I've shared before. But yeah, I'd be more inclined to tweak the A's and B's. If I was still losing weight, I'd be more inclined to introduce an extra B choice, which is like having another 6 sins, rather than increasing my daily sins. 11 just seems to hold me in a balance, and it's just a comfortable number for me. Yeah, I can't foresee a need for me to go back up, but if I needed to, I would. I think it's the A's, the B's and the sins are the fine-tuning to maintenance. And, you know, I'm maintaining now for nearly 9 months. Maybe in time to come, I need to increase my sins or even decrease my sins, but I would do that if I needed to. But for today, 11's right for me. However, I don't think 11 would be right for everybody. I think it depends on your lifestyle, your activity levels, and the way you choose to eat. So for individuals, I think it's experiment that counts. You know, experiment on yourself and find what works for you, because our body types are all very different. Because I've had such a weight problem for so many, many years, I am very inclined to gain weight easily. I can lose it again, but I can soon gain it. So I'm still working on a weekly basis to balance my weight, and that is 11 sins. Thanks.
Also, just talking about sins, like, what do you think about when people just come to Slimming World and they instantly go to 5 sins?
No, I would never. I'm not saying don't do that, because it's not my business to tell people what to do. I'm not a consultant, but I can hear my consultant's voice in my head saying it says between 5 and 15, and she always recommends people start at 15. You can come down from there, but if you drop very suddenly to 5, from being somebody who's overeaten and gained weight to then being somebody who wants to diet, and you drop it as dramatically as dropping it to 5 sins, then where do you go from there? You know, the plan for me, as I've said before, the scientific research that's gone into formulating food optimizing says 5 to 15. And I know in my group, the ladies who have the better success err on the side of 15 sins. So I think from being around this group that I'm at now for the last 16 months and watching it work for people, you know, I mean, the guys in my group, we've got 2 or 3 guys really smashing it on 25 sins, and, you know, having lost sort of 4 or 5 stone in 20 plus weeks. You see the results. So for me, when I joined, 15 sins was doable without depriving myself of anything. I think if I'd immediately gone to 5 sins, I'd have felt so deprived, I'd never have stuck to the plan. And also, that would push me back into the binge mentality. Because if you deprive me of what I really, really want, then sooner or later I crack. So I wouldn't recommend anybody starts on 5 sins. But it's all down to individuals. You choose to do what you need to do. Thanks, Joe.
Do you ever find you get stuck in a rut eating the same meals over and over again on Slimming World?
Yes and no. Yes, because I have the same breakfast every day of the week, but I love it, and I have what I really, really enjoy the most, and I don't need to repeat what it is. Well, I will in case you're a new viewer, but I have a piece of fruit, 2 boiled eggs, and what I call overnight Weetabix, which is 2 Weetabix crumbled into a whole 250ml tub of quark and topped up with a Muller Light, and my Muller Light of choice at the moment is Turkish Delight. I love it. So that's my breakfast. I always have the same bee choices, so that would be my Weetabix and 2 Hi-Fi Light bars. I use those when I'm walking, and I find them sweet and filling. I have a savoury tooth, but sometimes when I'm walking, something sweet just seems to power me up a bit. I tend not to eat much in the way of meat and fish. I'm not a vegetarian, but I do lean more towards eating vegetables than I do towards eating meat or fish. So some people might look at my diet and say, oh my God, she eats a lot of vegetables. Yes, I do. But I eat a massive variety of vegetables. I don't just eat broccoli and carrots or cauliflower and peas. I eat more vegetables, more variety of vegetables than I've ever eaten in my life. And I used to be a vegetarian. I was a vegetarian for 10 years.
What are you having for your lunch today?
Steamed vegetables, which will include broccoli, carrots, cauliflower, Savoy cabbage, green beans, gherkin, beetroot, fresh crunchy celery. I like it raw, my celery. And then I'm going to add to it plenty of seasonal, plenty of garlic, Worcester sauce to heat it up a bit, and a tin of Branston baked beans. Now you might think that's an odd meal, but for me it's not odd at all. And it probably will weigh, well in excess of 1 kilo, because I have a lot of vegetables. So I eat a lot of fruit, but I only eat speed fruit. But having said that, you see, I don't get stuck in a rut there because there's an awful lot of speed fruit to choose from. You just have to go out and shop for it.
Tell a lie, we've been eating lots of figs recently.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, that is a lie then, isn't it? We've had a passion for figs in the last 3-4 weeks. Maybe in the last fortnight I've been eating them. And there are some amazing figs out there. In fact, they've just started to sell them in Aldi this week. Well, in our Aldi this week. You get 4 big fat figs for 99p. And they're way, way better than the Tesco ones and the Waitrose ones and the Asda ones. So, that's true, Joe. But that is the only fruit that I've eaten for a long time.
Yeah, but back to the question, do you ever get stuck in a rut eating the same meals over and over?
No. I don't think I'm stuck in a rut because I only eat what I really enjoy. So, and there is so much choice.
Kind of stuck in a rut, but
it's not
bothered.
No, I mean, to some people out there, it could look like I'm stuck in a rut because I eat a massive quantity of vegetables and everything. But if I felt I was stuck in a rut, then I'd be bored with it.
I think the variety comes in the beans as well.
Yeah. I do eat many, many different kinds of beans and chickpeas and things, so, and in different forms. So I don't think there's any
garnishes as well.
Yeah,
like
lots of condiments and pickles and relishes and slaws and beetroot salad. Because if you look out there for things like red slaw and beetroot salad, as long as you do your homework and look at the sins, there are some really good free versions. I mean, we buy the beetroot salad in Tesco, which is free. You can go and buy it in Waitrose. It's 2.5 cents, I believe. I think it's 2.5, 3 cents in Marks and Spencer's. The Asda one isn't free. They all might look the same, but there's obviously different levels of sugars and ingredients.
But we'll use that beetroot salad, won't we, to stir through with the vegetables to stop them being so...
Yeah, it moistens a vegetable dish. It adds
got
a
kind
lot
of sauce
to it.
of its own, hasn't it?
Yeah. So we use things like that. We like red slaw. Now, Tesco do a tub of red slaw, which is free, but this week we found it in a jar by, Baxter's. So things like that, I think sometimes it's the effort you make to finish off a meal rather than just dumping a load of vegetables and a piece of chicken on a plate. I watched Jo, Mummy of Twins, and it's amazing what that girl could do with chicken. I mean, she does some fabulous dishes. But if you watch Jo's menu for the week, and there's one gone up today, and her toddler meals, she adds spices and herbs and dressings, and she She doesn't eat plain food. And I think that's one of the big keys to it. I don't think I would ever get stuck in a rut or ever get bored because we mix it up, we spice it up, we flavour it up, we use herbs. And I think that's the big key to chicken world, Slimming World. A lot of people eat chicken, don't they? You know, chicken's good on Slimming World. And chicken will be promoted by Slimming World as a healthy, lean meat. But it's what you do with that chicken. So with me, for me, it's what I do with the vegetables. I never just eat a pile of steamed plain vegetables unless it's with something else that's spiced up or flavoured up. You know, then I might have steamed vegetables with it. But no, I never get stuck in a rut. I love my food. I absolutely love my food. Cool. Next question.
Do you ever do SP days?
I don't strictly do SP days. Now, because I get 2 A's and 2 B's anyway, I know in the early days when I was on the weight loss journey, I would have done an SP day specifically to get the second B choice. I don't need to do that anymore because I've got 2 B choices. But I do SP meals. In fact, I would go so far as to say 90% of my meals are SP. Not my breakfast, but 90% of my lunches or dinners would be SP because of the way I like to eat. And Joe said in the previous question about beans. If you're not familiar with different kinds of beans that you can buy in a tin, for simplicity, I mean, you can buy all of these beans and soak them and boil them and do whatever you want with them. That's too much of a fag for me. I like the simplicity. Let's open a tin and give them a rinse and start from there, what we're going to do with them. There are so many choices. If you go into the supermarkets and just study the choices and try them, because I didn't think I liked that sort of thing. Now I've found them and discovered they don't all taste just the same.
No, they've all got their own little unique flavour or texture to
like
add to a meal.
chickpeas. I love chickpeas. The creaminess, the nuttiness. I love butter beans. You know, we have pinto beans, cannellini beans, flageolet beans. Name a few more, Joe. Red kidney beans, white kidney beans.
Ballotti beans.
Ballotti beans. Peas pudding.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried peas pudding?
Mushy peas.
You know, I'm told it's a northern dish, peas pudding, but it's very popular around here. And it's lovely. I mean, it's just being a bit inventive. Mushy peas, as you've just said, you know. It's just being a bit inventive. And remember, peas, garden peas, petit pois peas, are pea for protein. You know? So...
You don't really do SP meals with just speed and meat, do you?
Very occasionally I might have.
Very
occasionally I might have, you know, a bit of steak or a pad of venison and things like that. But I'm not the biggest lover of poultry. I can eat it if I have to. You know, if somebody invites me around for a meal and says it's chicken, I'll have a bit. If we go out to our favourite carvery, which we tend to do every 4 or 6 weeks, then I'll have a slice of beef, a slice of pork and a slice of turkey. But then I might not eat meat again for a month. So I'd never call myself a vegetarian. You'll see me eat some shellfish, I had crayfish, I had mussels. I like shellfish. I don't like salmon. I like tuna, but I choose not to eat it because I can't have it in olive oil. So I like fresh tuna, but I don't buy it very often.
So do you do SP meals or SP days?
No, I don't do SP days. I do mostly SP meals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with beans, not with meat.
But with beans 90% of the time. Yeah.
Could you do Slimming World on a tight budget?
That's a tough one. Not if I chose to eat the way we eat today. I would say there's only 2 of us live here, and I would say our shopping budget is probably around the £150 a week mark. A lot of that, I think I was answering a message from Kay yesterday and said that we spend in excess of £50 a week on yoghurt. Now some people would say that's absolutely mental, but it isn't. It's the type of yoghurt we choose to eat. Joe has a lactose-free yoghurt a day and a sheep's milk yoghurt a day, and that would total £4-ish for the 2. So, you know, times that by 7, that's 28 quid, isn't it? I like Total yogurts, and when they're not on offer, they're £2.47 each. So 7 of those, that's another 17, 18 quid. So you're into the 40 something pounds just for that. And then I have a quark and a Muller every day, and the quarks are now 95p each. So that kind of thing adds up. And I would be very reluctant to let go of any of that because it's what I enjoy.
It's what helps you stick to plan, isn't
It is what helps me stick to plan. Now, if I was in a situation where I had to do this on a tight budget, and I accept that, you know, some people are in that situation, I think for me it would be much, much harder. I actually have great respect for anybody who can. I mean, let's face it, nothing's cheap today. If you want to buy decent quality fresh fruit and veg, if you want to buy decent quality meat and poultry, and all the other bits that make up Slimming World, nothing is cheap today. So I think for anybody, and I mean, I don't know what this person who's done, you know, lady or gentleman who left this question means by a tight budget. A tight budget for me would be if I was feeding just me for 50 quid a week. I'd call that a tight budget. And I could I do that? Maybe not, I don't know. That's a really good question. That's made me stop and think. But if I had to be totally honest, if I had to do it on a tight budget, I'd give it a go. But I don't think I could do it as easily as I do it now. That's the best answer I could give to that question. Joe?
Right, that's it.
That's it. Right, thank you. Thank you to anybody who gave me any of those questions. I hope my answers make sense. And as I said before, if you have anything to add or anything that you would find helpful for anyone else, please leave it in a message below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Saturday. Bye for now.